Welcome to Kinetic Advantage. I see you got your monitors. Let's open the box and set them up. First, let's remove the paperwork out of the way. Next, let's get the base that holds the arm for the monitor. We'll just set it off to the side. We'll clean our trash up as we go. Less to pick up later. Next is the arm that holds the monitor that mounts to the base. As you can see, there's two little holes on the bottom that slide right on the notches of the base. We'll come back to that in a second. Continue to clean our mess up. Now we have the cables. This first cable is your D port. This does your video from your docking station to your monitor. This is power over USB, which feeds USB from your docking station to your monitor if you choose to use them. And here we have the power cord that feeds the monitor. Lift the tray out, put our trash over into it, and as you can see, one side is already open. What I do is I go to the opposite side and I rip the foam. I leave the monitor in the box so I don't scratch the face of the monitor. Pick the monitor arm and base up together. There's a little screw on the bottom. Tighten it, turn it to the right. And when you're finished, make sure you push your little tab down. It swivels from left to right when you have it up, just so you know. If you look, you have two little teeth right here on the front, top. Just slides into two grooves. Push it down and push it till you hear a click. Once you hear that click, you can pull the monitor out. We'll pull it out and set it over here to the side and clean our rubbish up. You'll need to repeat these steps for your second monitor. Now let's bring the monitor over here and I'll show you that it swivels, and here are all your connection points. You have some USBs, some D ports, an HDMI, and the little blue one to power your USBs. First, we're going to put the power cord in. So we'll undo the wire, stretch the cable out, then we're going to feed it into this little hole down here in the bottom for wire management, and plug it into the power port. Make sure you get it nice and snug inside the power port. Next, we have the display port or D port cable. We will also feed that in through the wire management. And it'll go in the second spot, which you'll see a D in front of this spot on the back of the monitor. Now let's tilt the monitor back, feed the cables back, and voila. And if you choose to use it, here is the cable to feed the USBs on your monitor to your docking station. Now to the docking station. Let's open it up and move any paperwork out of the way. First is the power supply that feeds the docking station. Now the power cord that plugs into the power supply for the docking station. Two cardboard pieces, slide them on out. One piece of tape on the bottom side, slide it, break it, and slide the docking station out of the bag. And here's all the ports you'll be using. A D port, HDMI, Thunderbolt, USB, Ethernet, and your power, and another Thunderbolt. Set it off to the side and clean our mess. Now let's set the docking station up. We'll just set it in between the two monitors. We're going to plug the power cord into the power supply. And set it off to the side. This will be one of the last things that you plug in. So we're going to grab our first DisplayPort cable and plug it into the docking station. Make sure your connections are nice and tight and all the way in. Grabbing the second DisplayPort and putting it in the second slot for DisplayPort. Once again, checking to make sure they were plugged in. Now let's grab your keyboard. It's just a USB connection. We'll dress our cables back so it's nice and neat as we go. And there's two USBs. You can put it on the top or the bottom. It does not make a difference. Now with your mouse, same thing. Feed your cables back behind your desk. And plug it in the second port. And everything's nice and tidy. Now you have your Ethernet connection. Plug it in the Ethernet port. Make sure you hear it click. Straighten all your cables out. Grab your power supply and you can drop it back behind your desk. Plug the power into the box. Now that you have everything plugged in there, you can go in and plug all your power in underneath. And grab your laptop. So here's your laptop. If you notice on the left-hand side, there's a Thunderbolt connection. That's where you'll plug your docking station into. Just like that. Ta-da! Now let's set your monitors up.
Hey, great. Looks like you got everything set up. Let's go ahead and set your monitors up so your mouse will go through all the monitors the correct way. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on our screen. We're going to hit display settings. Now, as you can see, it comes up with 3 right here, 1 and 2 in the other one because it's mirroring what's on the laptop. So we're going to scroll down to multiple displays. There's a drop down here. Let's drop it down and extend desktop on 1 and 2. So now we have that. We're going to keep our changes. And let's roll back up to the top. Now you can see we have 2, 3, and 1. If we hit identify, it shows 2, 3, and 1. Let's drag 1 down underneath in between 2 and 3 and apply. Once we apply that, then we can move the mouse between all 3 monitors. So let's say we want to keep our icons over here. We'll usually click number 2, come down here. If this is not checked, check it, and then it'll bring all your icons to this side instead of down on your laptop. Looks like we have it all taken care of. If you have any questions or need any more assistance, please open a ticket with the help desk, and we'd be glad to help you out. Thank you, and welcome to Kinetic Advantage.